5:25. Come through in the first 32.
Runners about to hit the streets of Chicago.
Yeah, so Chicago is going to be my 11th marathon. And, you know, every time I have a marathon build-up, I think I'm trying to either find a word or some sort of meaning that is tied to my build-up and something that I guess I can draw inspiration from in the times and the moments that I know it's going to get really hard. You know, I know the pain and the fatigue is going to set in the middle of the training cycle. I know balancing having my 2 toddlers and trying to run 100 plus mile weeks, it gets a lot sometimes. And so I think a year ago, I came up with something before I was running New York Marathon, and that word was grit, and I loved it. And we seem to build kind of almost this cult or empire of gritty people, which they've been along this journey with me and kind of supporting me, and everyone has found their own grit in life. And yeah, I think now that I'm getting ready for Chicago, I needed something new. And over the last year, the races that I've been running, I guess I just got to a point in my career where I kind of didn't give a shit anymore about what my PRs were, about who my competitors were, what they had achieved, maybe what I hadn't achieved. And I started almost just freeing myself of, you know, this narrative of, oh, you don't win races, or you get second and third place, you can't run on the track because you haven't run these PRs. And once I kind of let go of that, I've just had this, what feels like an amazing last year and a half of, in my own opinion, absolutely crushing my PRs and, you know, making moves in races where maybe I didn't have any business doing because the people outclassed me on paper. But I kind of just didn't care. And I said, if I want to get the results that I really believe I have in me, I have to just start taking risks. And in a word, I have to be relentless kind of in that pursuit. It says, let's see, 20th day of kindergarten? Yeah, no, I'm really lucky, honestly. And because the boys have been in daycare the last couple of years due to like our training schedules, anytime like I don't have a second run, which is today, I try to take the opportunity to make sure like I'm at the bus stop picking Riley up, and then we'll walk to go get Hudson at daycare, and kind of have like an early evening with them. So it doesn't happen that often.
Yeah, he learned about butt faces. No, I learned about going to the park.
Learned about butt faces every day, apparently.
No, I didn't do butt.
Oh, all right, you want to say bye to Ryan?
Bye, Ryan. Bye, Ryan. Evening.
Stopping to have kids and start a family, that's not necessarily something that happened to me. I chose that. But I guess I wanted to kind of prove after that I could make that choice and I could have both. I could have kids and I could also have this great career post babies. And Coach Ben even said that. He's like, sometimes we used to think like, hey, whatever she does after kids is like icing on the cake. But to me, I'm like, no, I have the second chance and I'm gonna make every moment and every opportunity like worth it. And sometimes I think we get a little complacent and thinking what we're doing is good enough. And I celebrate like every accomplishment and achievement I have. And so I don't ever want to get to that, oh, well, that performance like wasn't good enough. But I just want to make sure that I have no regrets at the end of any of my races, at the end of my career. And so it feels like I just have like an immense opportunity every time I line up. We had this really great session. It was very hard, 5 times 2 mile. in Donny Park, and it was kind of a unique morning because the whole team was there, and it was just really cool to have the whole group out there, and you kind of felt that energy that morning. Kellen and I were able to do most of it together, but she had a surge 2 mile every other one. So while I was just running straight 11:10s, which is 5:35 pace, she would then run 10:50 on every other one. And then we had Ben pacing us for the ones that we were alone. The 5th repeat, I just totally ran out of gas, but you just have to finish what you started. And that last rep was all about finishing when I started. And then obviously I was dry heaving on the side of the road. It's just like a reinforcement that like that could happen in the marathon, and it could happen at mile 23, 24, and you're so close to the finish line, but you can't give up, you can't walk off the course, like you have to finish it off. And so sometimes when you have a day like that in practice, it is a very good reminder that stay grounded, stay humble, and just be ready for when the hurt really sets in and how you're going to react to that.
Sounds great. All right, cool. Thanks.
Whew. Can I see a little?